Get ready for a rock and roll onslaught on Thursday night, August 10th, in the Providence Civic Center with Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent, August 10th, with special guest Eddie Money.
Baby, hold on to me.
And then on September 1st in the Providence Civic Center, yes,
I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
yes, presenting a unique revolving stage show in the Providence Civic Center September 1st. Tickets for both Nugent and Yes are available at Gracia in Worcester, out of town in Cambridge, all Rhode Island outlets, all Ticketrons, and all regular Providence Civic Center outlets, including the box office. That's Ted Nugent with Eddie Money, August 10th, and Yes, September 1st in the Providence Civic Center. Both shows presented by Frank J. Russo in association with Free Fall Presentations.
Frank Russo also brings you Richie Blackmore's Rainbow with Cheap Trick at the Leroy Theater, August 5th. Partly sunny the rest of the afternoon, highs near 80. Fair and cool tonight. More clouds tomorrow with the chance of rain with a high in the 70s. 74 degrees near the coast, 77 inland in New England at FM 107, WAAF in Worcester. We are very pleased this afternoon to have up with us from Providence, drummer extraordinaire and guiding light of Genesis, Phil Collins. Very nice to have you along, Phil. Welcome back to New England.
Good afternoon. Nice to be here.
A lot of people out there who are probably interested in maybe throwing some questions at you, and if you're interested maybe in giving us a call, we won't be putting anybody on the air, but the number to call in case you're interested is 754-7777, and maybe we can direct some questions
Fine.
Phil's way.
Why not?
Okay.
Why
Apart
not?
from that, Phil has got about an hour's worth of music all set and ready to go here, and you can introduce your first song here if you like.
Ah, well, okay. My favorite single, this is by Ace. How Long? There's only one place to go and get great car stereo without a lot of static, and that's the Stereo Place with locations in Shrewsbury, Framingham, and Nashua, New Hampshire. You see, they've been selling, servicing, and installing automotive stereo systems for about 11 years, and that's all they do. At the Stereo Place, they believe that installing stereo shouldn't be wedged in between a lube job and a tune-up. Stereo installation should be done with care and professionalism. That's why you go to the Stereo Place, because installing stereo is all they do. Sound installation experts will work on your car, truck or van quickly and efficiently. And when they're done, you get a lifetime installation and labor guarantee, along with a great sound and stereo system. Now stop by soon and pick out your system. The Stereo Place offers over 300 different models that will fit most American cars and most imported cars, trucks or vans. Names like Pioneer, Sanyo, Panasonic, Clarion and Jensen. The Stereo Place, Route 9 in Shrewsbury and Framingham, and Route 101A off Route 3 in Nashua, New Hampshire. The Stereo Place, where you can get great car stereo sound without a lot of static.
Some need to help here, America, in today's Army Reserve. We're part of what you heard is pride.
For more information, contact the 187th Infantry Brigade in Worcester by calling area code 617-754-4273. That's 617-754-4273. Paid for by the Army Reserve.
Frank J. Russo adds another great concert to your music-filled summer on Saturday night, August 5th, with Rainbow. Rainbow, featuring ex-Deep Purple guitarist Richie Blackmore and former Jeff Beck Group drummer Cozy Powell in the Leroy Concert Theater, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Then, on August 31st, Sha Na Na comes to the Providence Civic Center.
Two silhouettes on the shade. Who wrote the book of love?
Appearing with Sha Na Na will be special guest Dr. Hook. Tickets for both these shows are available at Gracia in Worcester. Out of town, all Ticketrons, the Leroy box office, all usual Rhode Island outlets, and the Providence Civic Center box office. Rainbow, August 5th in the Leroy Concert Theater, Pawtucket, and Sha Na Na with Dr. Hook, August 31st in the Providence Civic Center. Two more fine concerts brought to you by Frank J. Russo.
Cheap Trick will open for Rainbow on August 5th at the Leroy. Frank Russo also brings you Ted Nugent with Eddie Money at the Providence Civic Center on August the 10th. The 10th.
Okay, what have we got next here?
What have we got next? We got a bit of Brand X because they don't get enough airplay. You play them, but not enough people play them, and it's called Sun in the Night. Santana with a track from Borboleta called Promise of a Fisherman, which is a very joyous piece of music, to my ears at least.
And before that?
Oh yeah, before that we had Brand X, didn't we?
Brand X.
Sun in the Night, yeah, which was, I don't know if that should have been a single, I think. Anyway, the powers that be didn't want it, so it wasn't a single. We've got a competition, haven't we?
Yes, we do.
Right, now what the deal is, folks, that to get a Genesis catalogue of our albums, what we want you to do is basically tell us what albums we made in each particular year. Now, in 1973 we made an album, and the first person that comes up with the right answer for what album that was for that year gets a catalogue. And also we're looking for a 1976 album, whichever one we made in that year, and we'll leave it at that for the moment, I think.
Okay, 73 and 76 is the year. If you can name the Genesis album that came out in either of those years, you can pick up a complete Atlantic Records Genesis album catalog. If you don't already know the number, it is 754-7777, and the area code is 617. Good luck.
Let Impulse introduce you to a whole new world of music, the Panasonic sound. Impulse has a wide selection of Panasonic AM radios and AM/FM radios, plus shortwave sets, 8-tracks, and check out the great selection at Impulse, Auburn Mall, Auburn, and the Midland Mall in Warwick, Rhode Island.
In rock and roll, there's one trio that stands out above all the rest. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
By the time we got to Woodstock, we were headed in snow.
On Friday, August 2nd, you can see Crosby, Stills, and Nash at the Boston Garden. Tickets for this show are available at Gracia in Worcester, all Strawberry stores, out of town in Cambridge, and the Boston Garden box office.
Carry on, love is coming. Wooden ships on the water, bearing free. It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. 8 p.m. August 2nd in the Boston Garden. Presented by Don Law.
Also at the Boston Garden will be the Beach Boys on August the 7th and Jackson Browne on August 27th. And now we're going to listen to some very underrated man, this, Brian Eno. But before we do, I'm going to say congratulations, because we've had one winner for 1976, Joe Perry. It was a trick question, actually. There was two albums in 1976, my mistake, but he got one right, so that's good enough, right?
Okay, congratulations to Joe Perry of North Grafton, and
we're still waiting for 1973.
right, 1973. If you can name the Genesis album that came out in 73, you can pick up one. We'll have a couple more of those catalogs to give away before 4 o'clock, and some tickets to the show tonight also. What do you know about Brian Eno?
Well, I've done some work. I play on this track, actually, but I've done a couple of albums with him, and he's very fresh to work with. You know, he's got a lot of good ideas and a lot of strange ideas, and he really should be listened to, because he's doing some very nice things. He works on like 2-minute soundtracks, moods, you know, which is a lot of what we're about, I think, you know, Genesis. So I feel, you know, I feel very strongly about what he's doing.
Okay, let's give a listen to this. This is from his album
Before and After Science, No One Receiving.
Brian Eno.
The Beatles and I'm Only Sleeping. Good cut. I've another one of those things that doesn't usually get played, but nice song. Nice song. And before that, George Duke from his new album. What's the album called? I don't know what the album's called. But the track was called Moving On. And what's it called?
Don't Let Go.
Don't Let Go. Yeah, the new album by George Duke, Don't Let Go. Another guy that no one seems to hear much of. He's changed record labels, right, to Epic, which and we're all crossing our fingers for good old George. He's done some nice music. And before that, Brian Eno with No One Receiving, another one of the underdogs.
This Friday, August 4th, Strawberries is throwing the largest midnight sale ever. Every LP in the store will be sale priced. All Series 698 LPs will be $369. All Series 798 LPs will be $469. All Series 798 tapes will be $499, and all other LPs priced proportionately. All this week, Strawberries is featuring the following hot CBS releases for just $4.99. Meatloaf's Bat Outta Hell. The Stranger from Billy Joel. Laura Nero's new album, Nested. And new from Teddy Pendergrass, Life is a Song Worth Singing. Plus Darkness on the Edge of Town by Bruce Springsteen. All these fine CBS releases just $4.99 at Strawberries. Be sure to make it down to one of their 5 convenient locations this Friday, August 4th, for the sale of the year. Copley Square, Kenmore Square, Harvard Square, downtown Boston, and Route 9 Framingham across from Shoppers World. Strawberries. Is there really anywhere else to buy your music?
Hey, free dance lessons will be given at the Copley Square store during
the
the
company that
midnight
brought you
sale.
the first major change in sleep in history now takes another slumbering step. And Water Rest has even bigger savings on a selected line of elegantly upholstered frames with flotation system and heater. During July, this Water Rest system is only $339 in queen size, $359 in king. There's a Water Rest store in Copley Square in Boston, Harvard Square in Cambridge, the Liberty Tree Mall, Burlington Mall, Hanover Mall, and the Worcester Center Mall. All during July, you'll save up to 30% when you choose from among brand name bedding or the king or queen sized upholstered frame at Water Rest. First in flotation rest.
Genesis. The energy and power created the instant they step on stage has to be seen. And tonight, it's your night to experience the wizardry of Genesis at the Providence Civic Center in their only New England appearance. Your time has come. An evening with Genesis and a laser show to burst the heavens. Genesis. Tonight at the Providence Civic Center. Tickets are available at the Civic Center, Ticketron, and all Civic Center outlets. Genesis. Tonight at the Providence Civic Center. It's brought to you by Harvey and Corky.
And you can still get tickets for this fantastic, wonderful show. And they are, in fact, on sale at the Providence Civic Center. Don't miss it. Anyway, there are some seats we've got to give away. And the question is that we're all asking ourselves, to win the seats, what do we do? Well, basically, we want to know the first 2 people that come up with the original band, 4 out of the original 5 members of the band. The names of these people, this is what we need. And we don't go back farther than 1970, which is before I joined, but 4 out of the original 5. And then you get 2 front row, middle tickets. This is a better view of the show than I get. And why not? Why not?
Okay, again, the telephone number, let me interject. Area code 617-754-7777.
The Artists Educational Workshop is an organization that will paint murals on your blank walls. And if you have a blank wall that is publicly visible, then contact them at 752-8177, which is the Artists Educational Workshop 6 Orede Street, Worcester. And that's Orede, O-R-E-A-D. I may have got the pronunciation wrong, but I'm from England. Now we've got a song from Van Morrison, which is called The Eternal Kansas City. The Tubes from got Live If You Want It, which is a good live album and one of the better bands around, The Tubes. Right, we got some congratulations, Bob Bruchinskas, for getting 1973's album correct. That was selling England by the pound, and he's got himself a collection. Now there's 3 more collections to give away, so we're going to do the same thing again. We've got 1974's album, which one was out in 1974, and the second one we did in 1976, and the one we released in 1977. First one getting any one of those right will get a complete catalogue from Alani Records and Tapes. And also we got 2 winners for the tickets. These lucky people are going to be sitting in the middle of the front row tonight. I shall be looking for them. Jim Janota and John Fletcher. Well done, Jim and John. Here is the official ticket refund information for the Cars concert to the Leukemia Society. If you purchased a ticket to the Shrewsbury concert for $1.07 and you are unable to attend because the concert had to be moved to Providence, you may receive a full refund by bringing your ticket to the Leukemia Society office at 340 Main Street in downtown Worcester. If you live outside the Worcester metro area, you may claim your refund by mail. The address is Leukemia Society of America, Central Massachusetts, Chapter 340 Main Street, Worcester, Massachusetts. Now, WAAF and the Cars and the Leukemia Society ask you to consider not claiming your refund at all, because each unrefunded ticket will mean $1.07 to the benefit victims of leukemia in Central Massachusetts. Now, all concert production expenses have already been paid out of the money received from those who actually went to the concert, and all the remaining money will go directly to the leukemia patient aid. And the concert itself turned out to be a big success, and you can make it even bigger if you just leave it in your wallet, in your pocket, in your dresser, and not claim it, because that means that these people will get an extra $1 for every ticket that you don't send back. But if you must claim a refund, please note that the refund deadline is August the 15th. After that, I get it all. Right, now more music. This is from Herbie Hancock's new album, which features him singing, but I took the advice, and we're going to listen to him playing instead of singing. Tony Williams is on this track, and so is Jaco Pastorius and Bill Summers. It's rather nice. It's called The Good Question. Herbie Hancock, cooking away with Tony Williams and Jaco Pastorius and Bill Summers on percussion, from his new album, which is called Sunlight. Actually, I said earlier on the Tubes album was called Got Live If You Want It, which was a deliberate mistake, which no one noticed. Shame on you all. It's called, of course, What Do You Want From Live? #1 rock group in the world, the Tubes. Okay, well, we got 3 people that won the last batch of catalogue albums of ours. Congratulations to Mark Drew, Steve Ardito, and Jason Brabazon for winning those albums.
That pretty much wraps things up.
Yes, thanks for having me.
It was an awful lot of fun. We didn't get to quite as many telephone calls as we would have liked to, because we were so busy enabling people to make it down to the show and picking up catalogs and everything, but enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mark, and I hope some of the people like some of the music. It's off the wall, some of it, but it's some of my favorite stuff anyway. Okay, and once again, tickets for Genesis, pardon me, still available for down at the Providence Civic Center. They get underway, I believe, at 8 o'clock tonight at the Civic Center box office, and we certainly hope you can make it on down. Coming up in just a few minutes, we have got Rod Stewart, Dave Mason, the Beatles, Peter Frampton, and some Steely Dan all at AAF.